Joining us now in an exclusive interview, Eli Lilly CEO and Chair David Ricks. Great to have you on, Dave. Thanks for being with me.
Great to be with you, Morgan, and it's a great week for people in America with diabetes.
Yeah, this had been widely expected news, but certainly getting a lot of attention nonetheless. Expands the market, paves the way for wider use of tirzepatide, which is the active ingredient in this new drug and also in Mounjaro. The market rollout starts right after Thanksgiving. What do you expect in terms of that trajectory for uptake?
Well, these now Zepbound approved, same active ingredient as Mounjaro for use in people who have overweight or obesity. And we know that's a large group of Americans who are waiting for new answers. And Zepbound has the highest efficacy we've seen in an approved drug so far, 20% weight loss at the highest dose. So I think a lot of people are waiting for this, a lot of physicians, a lot of potential patients. We'll start shipping, as you mentioned, before the end of the year, and we expect a swift uptake and ramp. We know there's high demand for these medicines, and particularly for ours. And we're ready to meet that demand, and we're working really hard to make more product and, most importantly, make this product, Zepbound, available in health insurance, which sadly it's not broadly covered today, this category, and we need to do some work there.
Yeah, what is that work going to entail? And I ask that knowing you're taking a 20% discount versus Novo Nordisk's Wegovy. There's a lot of anticipation about what rebates are going to be needed to be offered to compete with Wegovy as well. What does that process look like?
Yeah, it's a multi-step process. It starts by us, pricing our product responsibly. When we talk to payers who are really employers, as we're talking about now, because the federal government is barred from covering in Medicare obesity medications, employers told us the list price matters, and so here we're offering 20% off of semaglutide's highest dose. We think that matters as a signal that these drugs can become more affordable. Of course, we'll work with our partners in health insurance and PBMs to make these available on formularies, but it's very important that employers opt in to obesity care in their formulary decisions. Today, about half of covered lives in commercial insurance are opted into that idea that obesity is a healthcare concern that needs to be addressed with formulary coverage. We want more to opt in. The second part is making it affordable for patients, and we've announced that as well, which is if you have coverage today, like half the people in commercial insurance, we will buy down your copay to $25 per month. So very affordable if you're covered on insurance. If you're not, we have a half off offer out there. It'll be about $550 for patients who are paying with cash or out of pocket while they wait for their employer or their insurance company to cover it.
Yeah, and as you sort through all of this and you roll out all of these options into the market and build that access, I mean, certainly the key focus, it would seem, from Wall Street right now is what all of this is going to mean in terms of net price. So Wells Fargo writing that in their conversations, your company had previously noted that the rebates would be based on access, which they think could mean net price could be higher for obesity as initial access may be more restricted compared to the trial population. You think that's a fair assessment?
Well, we don't get into net price details. We can look at the market that exists for incretins and tirzepatide, along with single-acting GLP incretins like our own Trulicity or semaglutide. And there you see pretty significant discounting, as we see with a lot of primary care drugs. So we know list price isn't the full story, the net price being 50, 60% below that on average. In obesity care, it's not that deep, but there's a reason for that, which is that a lot of these even companies that do cover obesity care as a category, have a lot of steps to go through to get to the medication. And with fully open access, I think manufacturers are more inclined to discount further. So that's in the give and take with the insurers and the PBMs that we do have.
Okay.
So we'll see that develop. I think we hope for a day when obesity is treated like any other chronic condition, which it is, and is treated as a serious health concern with real benefits to early treatment. Maybe that's another thing to mention, Morgan, is everyone's doing studies, Lilly included. I think we have 36 phase 3 studies right now running to prove these benefits of weight loss translate into hard outcomes like less cardiovascular risk and less risk to your kidneys or developing conditions like diabetes.